The Premier League is halted, the Championship is halted, Liverpool's title party is halted. Actually, it is under threat. Why? Coronavirus. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Web Daniel Sport, my YouTube channel where we get to discuss the beautiful world of football. And well, yet again today, we're talking about this global pandemic that has been a headache to everything good in the world that we live in today. It has even come into the beautiful game of football, and everywhere in the world, football has been suspended. But in as much as it is a pandemic, it is bad for the most part, and I do not blame anyone for halting seasons, but they say whenever there is a bad thing, there is something good behind it, but also whenever there is a good thing, something bad is somewhere embedded around there. Now today, we are going to talk about the winners and losers after the suspension of the Premier League, the English Premier League that is now. Which teams could have benefited? Well, let's start with what happened. On Friday, it was announced that football in England had been suspended because of the coronavirus cases in trying to control this, of course, crowds and what have you. And by the way, guys, you listen to all the precautionary measures you're supposed to take. Get your sanitizer, get your masks if you have to. Yeah, like this, like me right now. Luckily though, where I am, not any reported cases of the virus, but hey, I've got to be ready in case it comes. But let's get straight into the winners and losers after the coronavirus battle. First of all, Liverpool. They are winning in this, but in a way I think they are losing. First of all, well, how are they losing? There is no assurance that the Premier League will actually continue, that this season will end. According to Premier League chief Greg Clark, he actually said he doesn't think this season is going to end. The rule book of the Premier League does not stipulate clearly what happens in the event that the season is cancelled. A chief recently still came out and said, actually even Piers Morgan, a famous Arsenal fan, came out and said that the only logical thing to do now is to declare the season null and void. So meaning Liverpool, who have never won the Premier League, who have not won a top flight title in English football for 30 years, will have to wait again after doing so much. Their current, after 29 games played for them and 28 for Man City. Liverpool are 25 points clear of Manchester City. But again, the rule book is not clear. In fact, the Chiefs are calling an emergency meeting to decide what would happen in case the season doesn't come to an end. Do you see how Liverpool would be losing out on their first Premier League title? They have been knocked out of any other competition they have been in. So that is, I think, Liverpool losing right there. But why I said they could be trapped between a rock and a hard place is because, think about Liverpool. In the last games, Liverpool have been struggling. They have been defeated 4 times in 6 matches in all competitions. They probably needed a break. It was falling way so fast on them. Everything seemed to be heading south for them, and probably this break comes in handy for them to sit back and meditate on the season and reorganize themselves, probably if it does continue after maybe April, because it was suspended until April, at least the 3rd of April. Maybe then they would have rediscovered their mojo and come back a bit stronger. And maybe if they come back and play, maybe they will be saved from their goalkeeping nightmare. And their goalkeeper, Alisson, who is injured, might be back in the team to save them, at least as they try to get their ambition of winning their first Premier League title in a record-setting fashion. Manchester City is the other team. Well, we all know that Pep Guardiola already conceded defeat. He said, yeah, you know what? This Premier League season is not for us. Well, they have accepted, and well, Liverpool are the winners of this season. But Manchester City still has trophies to compete for. Manchester City still have got the FA Cup to compete for. They have also got the Champions League to compete for. Now maybe during this break, it will give them time, Pep Guardiola time, to have 2 of his good players, Aymeric Laporte, who has been out injured, and Leroy Sané. He could be back to make the season a bit better. So for Man City, I think it is more of them winning in this. Now, let's talk about the winners in the literal sense of the word. If there is one team that has won out of this coronavirus break, it is Tottenham Hotspur. Everything has been heading south for Jose Mourinho and his Tottenham. They have not won a single game in 6 in all competitions. They have been hit by injuries from all corners. Players like Harry Kane and Son, who were their best players before, of course, being sent onto the sidelines because of injury. But after this break, they could be back and fit to try and help Jose Mourinho push for a top 4 finish. They were recently knocked out of the Champions League by Mino's Red Bull Leipzig. So surely they needed this break. Pressure was too much on Jose Mourinho, and I'll tell you, I think Daniel Levy, my namesake, he must have been massaging his trigger, looking for the head of Jose Mourinho. Mourinho out. Manchester United gained momentum, 10 matches without a loss. They have conceded only in 2 of those 10 matches. So surely that was momentum gained. Bruno Fernandes was becoming something else. He's becoming the dream player they've always wanted. Harry Maguire, like I've been telling you, he has been looking good. The defense has been looking organized. David De Gea seemed to be back to his De Gea best. So surely this break might have probably had a negative impact on their momentum. Igalo has sunk in, has fitted in perfectly. So surely for Manchester United, you get a feeling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will not be excited so much about this break. But again, on the flip side, this gives them time for some of their important players. Marcus Rashford, who is probably their preferred number 9 goal poacher, who has been out injured, to recover. So does Paul Pogba. Don't abuse me. I know Manchester United fans may not want to hear about Paul Pogba because now you have Bruno Fernandes. I've seen comments on the Manchester United Facebook page and everywhere. United fans saying that who needs Pogba when you have Bruno Fernandes and Fred and Matic playing the way they do. So I don't know whether you need Pogba back, but the sure thing is if Pogba is fit, high chances are if he's in his mood, he's not going to be on that bench. For Arsenal, first of all, we first want to say our heartfelt, of course, support to Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, who was tested positive for the coronavirus. His wife, it is reported, has since recovered. So surely we do hope he has recovered as well to come back and try to push for a top 4 finish for the Gunners. Gunners and top 4. I think it wouldn't happen. I don't see that happening unless they win all their games and the other teams, in the top 4 places lose all their games. But, well, trust me, it is good to see Arsenal competing, and I think Mikel Arteta has brought back that competition in the team. But they had sort of also gained momentum. But this break, and remember they are not training, their London colony was closed after Arteta was confirmed positive for coronavirus. So you think probably for Arsenal, it is all bad. They are losing in every way. Who has won? Is it Manchester United? Is it Manchester City? Is it Chelsea? Is it Liverpool? Or is it Arsenal? In your view, who has won this coronavirus break title? Okay, give us your comment, your opinion in the comment section.